Hello, my name is Tanner Clark, and today I'll be talking to you about how public school boards work. Believe it or not, public schools are run more like private corporations than one may think. Just as a chief executive officer oversees a company, a superintendent supervises a school district. Contrary to what many believe, however, neither the CEO nor the superintendent is at the top of the ladder. Instead, a company's CEO is elected by and reports to a committee of directors. Likewise, a school director's superintendent is accountable to a school board or a school committee. The school board embodies the public side of public education. Elected or appointed by the towns they represent, members of the school board advocate for the needs and desires of the districts. While the role of a public school board may vary state by state, for the most part, they have similar responsibilities. Some of these responsibilities may include hiring and or firing the superintendent, setting the yearly budget, approving contracts with teachers and outside vendors, establishing a vision for the district, and expanding the district or closing schools. For instance, the Massachusetts Constitution characterizes the school board as a body with the power to select and terminate the superintendent, approve district education budgets, and establish goals and policies for the district schools. In short, the school board determines the direction that the school district takes. New initiatives, educational goals, and large changes to the curriculum or budget all need to go through the school board. Even with all this power, productive school boards tend to be run in close collaboration with the superintendent. The relationship among the school board, the superintendent, and the teachers is a complex one. While the superintendent represents the needs of the staff and of the students, she is also beholden to the requests of the school board, whose members represent the taxpayers. Although the school board, the superintendent, and the teachers all want what's best for the students, they may not always agree with one another, and compromise can be difficult. Take, for example, the yearly budget. If the school wants to increase the budget by $10,000 to purchase new computers for classrooms, the school board has to approve the change. If the school board agrees, however, they could very well be agreeing on a tax increase, which may be looked upon negatively by the public. Typically, the school board represents and is aligned with constituents' own interests. So if residents would not want the tax increase, for instance, then the school board would seek to rework the budget to find the necessary funds elsewhere. One extreme example of a school board being out of sync with its constituents can be found in the New York suburb of East Ramapo. NPR's This American Life covered the story about a community whose school board members cut public school funding because their own children attended privately held religious schools. Despite the struggles of East Ramapo, rarely are things so contentious. In fact, school boards often adopt the recommendations set forth by the superintendent, as she is the one who is in direct contact with the principals, teachers, and students. Anyone in the community can run for a seat on the school board, and those who do run are motivated by a variety of things. The most common reason to run for a seat is because the candidate has a child in the schools and wants to have an impact on that child's education. Other reasons include aspiring to a position in town governance, seeking to improve the standing of the school district, or to taking the district in a new direction. While specifics may differ by state or by district, the general process is more or less the same for most elected school boards. A candidate must be a U.S. citizen and must be registered to vote. Most states require that a candidate not already hold an elected position or be convicted of a crime. If the general requirements are met, typically a candidate must complete a nominating petition, which carries the signatures of qualified voters in the school district. That was my speech on how public school boards work, and I hope you enjoy.